Nelson Mandela came to the power of the National Party. This party seeks equality between white people and black people from the year of 1984 to 1999.
When the British colonizers came first to South Africa, they started this movement of segregation and separation between the two factions, the white people and the black people. He was strongly represented in each aspect of the life. Some of them were represented in daily activities like going to the bathroom, where black people had a different bathroom from the white people. Or even when they traveled on the bus, they had a separate place where they should sit. It was commanded and mandatory to sit there, apart from the whites.
We describe the apartheid as the separation of South Africa between the white factions and the black factions. This happened in the 20th century.
In the revolts, the police could shoot you, even kill you, because you don't have any authority.
Despite all the social conflicts that were happening in this time, the economy wasn't in a high point, but neither in a low point. It was in a middle point, a stable economy. And do you know that South African rand is equivalent to 1.5 pesos? One of the main characters of the apartheid was Nelson Mandela. He was born in 18th of July of 1918 in a little town of South Africa called Westgotranscape. And he supported black people with the apartheid movement when he was 20 years old. And he finally became president of the country in 1993. He died the 5th of December of 2013.
Let's talk about a bit of history. Everything started when Euclid arrived in 1814 to South Africa. This made that the black people get oppressed by the white people because the white people have a lot of army and have a lot of persons that want to colonize that part of Africa.
There were lots of revolts across the country, blacks against white people. The reasons, economic mostly, some people had no job or there was a lot of oppression if they tried to expand their minds and talk about all the issues that they were facing. They were treated badly and they could never complain about it because this group of people, the Afrikaner, had the support of the government and they were white people that tried to punish the ones who were looking for justice.
In the revolts, the police could shoot you, even kill you, because you don't have any authority. When Nelson Mandela visited Barcelona in 1992 on the occasion of the Olympic Games, he realized the importance of sports in society and how it could penetrate through society regardless of social stratum. The example of Barcelona served to make the South African team aware the importance of playing a good role in the World Cup they organized in 1995.
Now we are going to talk about the culture and arts.
The culture and arts in Africa. These drawings are examples of South African paintings. The people express themselves through these paintings. The culture and arts are the representation of representation of a society. There were several minimal revolts across the country, but most of them were resolved by the government and a group of white people called the Afrikaners were against these people and they had the support of the government. In 1910, the South African Union achieved the interior autonomy inside the Commonwealth British. The Afrikaner insisted that the differences between the white and the black people were the same because they needed to preserve the national identity of the country.
We can say that they are happy of their culture and arts by the video shown.
The revolts led a lot of deaths and the people will inconform.
There was a totalitarian discrimination from the white people to black people. There was a lot of that even they couldn't sit in a bench. Also, if a white person come and tells you, you have to obey any kind of instruction, and if you don't obey it, you can be sent to jail.
Oliver Tambo and Nelson Mandela had to think in how the government will react it, and they had to solve their death demand because the apartheid led a lot of deaths. As we know, the white people have always the power against the black people.
Most of the times, the bathrooms or places were excluded from the black people because they considered they were inferior and do not deserve that kind of places.
To finish this exhaustive process that lasted around 100 years, we have Nelson Mandela taking the presidency in 1993. This marked the end of an incredible era that put the rights of the black people into question, giving them more opportunities to freedom.
The time for the healing of the wounds has come. The moment to bridge the chasms that divide us has come. The time to build is upon us. We have at last achieved our political emancipation. We pledge ourselves to liberate all our people from the continuing bondage of poverty, deprivation, suffering, gender, and other discrimination.